We are ready. Welcome. Welcome to the Mental Health Hour. This is episode 34 of Mindfulness. Um, Again, like last week, we did journaling, and it's kind of like, wow, how have we not done an episode on journaling as much as we talk about it? Mindfulness is kind of the same thing. It's uh, it's something that we touch on a lot, but we haven't really gone over it. Good
Mhm.
evening, Michael Joseph Murray. Good to see you. First on deck with the emotes and everything. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome to all of the live viewers as you guys come in, and welcome to all of our replay viewers, whether it be here on Twitch or over there on the YouTube channel, which we are growing very rapidly here lately. It's amazing. Uh,
Mhm.
ran a promo ad um, on Google Ads for the Mental Health Hour to try and gain some traction on YouTube, and it's actually taken off. Um, so we're fastly approaching 1,000 followers, um, and that's pretty awesome. I'm excited about it. I'm glad that it was an advertisement well spent, and definitely be looking forward to whatever we can do moving forward. Potentially making another ad here soon, as the old ad is kind of getting outdated, but still has a
Mhm.
lot of our good guests from the past. Badger makes in the house. Hello, how are you? And the eyeballs, the new lurking eyeballs. I guess I don't know. Or is that Cody? That's Cody. It looks like. Um, but anywho, yes, on with the show as we grow and grow,
Mhm.
which is exciting. I think we're seeing a lot more traction here on Twitch than we did on Haps. And I think
Yeah.
YouTube is definitely really the place that we're breaking out. Um,
Mhm.
but I've been focusing a lot of my energy on the YouTube. As I've told Gemma, I think YouTube is like the top tier of video platforms, obviously.
Yeah. And it's very well established, so
Yeah,
it's not really going anywhere, unlike hats, of course.
Twitch is great for live streaming. We love doing the
Mhm.
live show, but this show we want to live. We want to see this show live on, as it's not like a cooking broadcast where that's like a one-time thing. Maybe catch the replay, but
Mhm.
we want this information to live on. So
It's
we're
always gonna be relevant, isn't it? It's
yeah.
always gonna be relevant, and I think everybody can relate in some way.
And Eric joins us. Good evening, Eric. J Gaming.
Hey,
Uh,
Eric.
how is everything going on everybody's end? It's
It's
good to see all of you here. And good evening, Hattie. Hattie coming in as well. All right, so mindfulness. Gemma, what do we know about mindfulness?
There's so many different ways to practice mindfulness, from from journaling, things like that, down to like anything. Like we've got some things planned for the broadcast, like body scans, doing things that are just take you away from that moment, maybe a moment of stress or something, just to focus on you or focus on going for a walk, the environment, anything, just
Yeah.
to something positive for yourself.
Basically, mindfulness breaks down to being present in the
Hmm.
moment,
Yeah.
and not letting outside distractions um, overtake what's going on at that given time. Um, there's a lot of, as Gemma was just mentioning, a lot of great ways to practice mindfulness, and we'll go over some. We've got a slide for that.
Mhm.
Got some slides to go over as far as what it is, and different things about mindfulness, benefits of it, um, and just a couple of things to definitely look at.
Yeah.
Um, so, you know, speaking on mindfulness, uh, this was something I really had to hone in on. Uh, the thought of being present in the moment at any given moment. It took a little bit of practice on my end because I don't know about you guys or the replay viewers out there watching later, but I I always have something going on in the background. It seems uh,
Mm.
just I guess we can call it a lot of background noise. Where with mindfulness, you're trying to be completely present with all of your being in that present moment. Um, so basically, all that background noise has to take the back seat or somehow be flushed out. And you really want to get in tune with whatever it is you're looking, touching, feeling, smelling, etc.
Mhm.
One way we practice this when I was learning about mindfulness they gave us all an orange, just a piece of fruit, an orange, and
Mhm.
we had to, smell it, feel it, touch it, um, and then, peel it slowly, get all the smells from just peeling it open, feeling what it's like to peel it open, looking at it, basically utilizing all five senses to at their max.
Mhm.
And then, slowly try and taste it. Don't like wolf it down. Just, bite into it, taste it, smell it as you bite into it, that kind of stuff. Just slow down, basically. Not rip into it and throw the thing back on your way out the door to sit in traffic while you're listening to your
Mhm.
telephone and the radio and screaming
Oh
at other
yeah,
drivers, et cetera, et cetera.
yeah.
Everybody's
It's so
life is,
easy to get caught up in the busyness of the day.
yes,
You know.
everybody's life is always in a constant rush, and mindfulness is all about slowing that shit down and just taking a minute to appreciate what you're seeing and what you're the moment you're in. Nobody really likes traffic, but can you be mindful of the traffic and hey, that's a blue car, that's a red car. It kind of makes the time go by a little bit, and it keeps your stress levels down. Believe it or not. Oh, there's Joseph Burkhart's, one of our
Oh, yeah. Nothing more
past guests
stressful
on
than
the
being
show.
caught in traffic.
Yeah.
Especially it's always there as well when you're like running late anyway.
Mhm. Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
these are things that are outside of our realm of
Mhm.
control.
Mhm.
Traffic is not something we can control. The weather is not something we can control. Somebody having an accident is not something we can control.
Mhm.
These things are just part of life, and it's all about slowing down and de-stressing and not letting all this get to you.
Mhm.
And being mindful is a great way to practice this de-stressing that we're talking about.
Mhm.
What do you think, Gemma?
Oh, definitely. I'm terrible for getting caught up in stuff and letting it get to me. I think you're always telling me to let it go. Just leave,
Yes, yes,
don't get stressed by it and stuff. Because I'm naturally one of those people that overthinks things and lets things stress me out too quickly and too easily. But yeah, it's trying to not let it get to you and be present in the moment, not overthink things. It's hard to do, but beneficial. Like
yeah,
especially when you're driving and stuff, because if you get too stressed out and too pent up with that, it can cause an accident.
surely, absolutely, I can. Um, Also, another thing to look at, and something that I've kind of used this metaphor before on the show, but if you're playing a round of golf and you hit a bad tee shot on the first or second hole, and then you just hone in on that negativity for the rest of the game, you're going to have 16 or 17 poor holes of golf that follow. If you let that shit go and you move on to well, that was a bad hole, but there's still 17 more holes, then
Mhm.
you can refocus and recenter, take in the beautiful scenery, um, enjoy every shot, every stroke on the golf course. Enjoy the weather. Who cares if you slice it into the woods? You're not playing on the PGA Tour.
Mhm.
And just enjoy the day. Slow down. Slow down. That's what mindfulness is. So let's go ahead and get into our first slide about what is mindfulness, now that we've covered a little bit on our ends. And Gemma, if you would please take it away.
Yeah. Let me just open mine up. Okay, so this one is what is mindfulness? So it's observing your life as it's happening, so in that moment, accepting your current situation without judgment or struggle, allowing feelings to exist without letting them drive your actions, noticing thoughts as they arise without the need to buy into them, and taking action based on what you feel in your heart rather than old habits or short-term convenience.
Yes. Allowing feelings to exist without
Mhm.
letting them drive your actions.
Mhm.
That's very huge.
Yeah.
Um, these feelings that we have that generate as the day goes on, or as a stressor occurs, or it doesn't even have to be a stressor. Something positive happens, um, etc. Allow these feelings to exist and be there without reacting in such a way that is negative or over the top. This is something we all need to practice, especially if it's the actions of another person that
Mhm.
are causing these feelings. Uh,
Mhm.
there's many different scenarios, and if we just remember that the only thing that we have control, any kind of control over in this world, is how we react to situations. That's it. I've tried to find another thing that I have control over because I didn't want that to be true, and I can't. And if you can find something, I please let me know.
Mhm.
Uh, right into the show. That'd be great because I'd love to hear it. The only thing we have control over in this world is how we react to situations.
Mhm.
Um, so allow those feelings that come through on the regular to exist without letting them drive you in a negative way. Accepting your current situation without the judgment or the struggle. That is also very important, and it goes
Mhm.
hand in hand with that. Um, you you need criticism. You need constructive criticism, and you're going to get all kinds of criticism in your life, whether you want it or not. Accepting these things without judging others, and accepting your current situation, whatever it may be. Let's say it's the death of a loved one
Mhm.
or a relationship ending, uh, is the way that you have to reach that acceptance. We've talked about radical acceptance. It is what it is. Somebody said somewhere along the lines, I read a quote that said, if you hear somebody say it is what it is, that's a very dangerous person because they've learned the value of acceptance,
Mhm.
and you're not going to get under their skin. Um, so that's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Just acceptance is huge, and of course, overall, observing your life as it's happening. That's the main focus point here. Um, observe what's going on around you, and it's more than just situational awareness. It's everything, all five senses in tune. So, moving forward, we could talk about some of these if you'd like.
Yeah. So we'll start from the left and go around.
Sure.
So this is what mindfulness is supposed to help with. So it can help manage chronic pain, boosts immunity, supports a working memory, improves quality of sleep, restores childlike wonder, improves relationship satisfaction, reduces stress, bolsters cognitive flexibility, may help lower blood pressure, improves cognition, decreases emotional reactivity, and increases empathy.
Okay. A couple of things to touch on here. Supports your working memory. This became big for me as all of the drinking I was doing had caused a bit of what they call wet brain. And that also goes with across the slide there, improves cognition. So supports working memory and it improves cognition is that I can say that this definitely does work for that. The whole slowing down factor allows me to think more clearly and instead of rushing into a decision, basically.
Yeah.
Take a moment to think about things.
If you rush a decision, it's not always going to be the right one as well. It's much better to sit down and think about it. And I've said to many people, if there's a big decision to make, use a technique of like writing the pros and cons down and really thinking about things.
Yep.
Does help.
Taking a moment to do things like relaxation techniques, meditation, just even if it's a 5-10 minute guided meditation, slows down everything. It will reduce your stress level, may help lower blood pressure, as that says as well.
Yeah, it can calm you down. So.
The one thing I'm not as spun up on is, and maybe Gemma, maybe you can touch on, the helps manage chronic pain. I don't know, have you done any mindfulness techniques to help with any chronic pain?
Well, yeah, one of the mindfulness things which I've got for later is something called a body scan. And they use that a lot when it comes to chronic pain because it's about like relaxing, focusing on different parts of your body at different times, noticing what pain and sensations are there, and then like trying to not like noticing it but not focusing on it, focusing on other things, and then like kind of accepting that that's there but not letting it be the main focus of what's going on for you. It doesn't like obviously it's not going to get rid of it, it's not going to cure you, but to just calm down and to relax and not be as tense and uptight and things, it can actually help with that.
Sure.
So it can help. It's not going to cure you, but it does certainly help by relaxing you and not focusing specifically on that part. Like if you've got a painful knee, for example, it's noticing that that pain is there, but not focusing on it entirely.
Yeah. That's good. Perfect. I know I've talked with some firefighters that I work with on the job, and they've touted the importance of yoga and meditation for their chronic pain. Over the course of a career, we all develop lower back issues, knee issues, as you were just mentioning. We do a lot of heavy lifting. And of course, with heavy lifting comes pain over a period of time. So I know one guy that works at the same station I do. I see him in passing as we relieve each other, and he talks very highly of yoga. There's different types of yoga. It's not just the bendy pretzel all the time. He does some form of yoga that is very helpful for his chronic pain. Jim in Chicagoland has made it to the broadcast and cheered 100 bits. Thank you very much, Jim. It's good to see you. Happy Catalyst Wednesday to you. The bosses must have rolled out early for you to be able to make make it here. Please, everybody, take a moment to share this out if you would on Twitter and anywhere you feel necessary. It really helps out the show, and we really appreciate it. Also, we're ever grateful for all the bits that you send, and all the subscriptions, the resubscriptions, the likes, the follows, the shares, the whole gamut of Twitch stuff you can do on here, the hype trains, the
All the Twitch
channel
stuff.
points. Yeah, all of it. It's great to see. It's a great community. I feel like we've got our community back together again, in a way. Yeah. Uh, after the unfortunate events of the previous platform. However, it's great to see everybody still coming out in troves and droves and supporting all of us that we do, not just here at the Mental Health Hour, but with everything. And it's really awesome. So just wanted to take a moment to say that we do appreciate that. And as always, I do put all the bits that are sent for the Mental Health Hour go back into the Mental Health Hour to help us run things like Google Ads. I certainly don't pay out of pocket for that kind of stuff. Everything I got from HAPS, from our time there, has gone completely back into the show. It helped purchase this StreamYard subscription, and it's helped us run some Google ads and grow the show and make it better for all of you, because that's what this is for all of you. And so as we take a minute to be mindful of all of our audience, replay or live, I just wanted to thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts here. Very, very happy that we can all be together again. Anywho, moving forward. Now, we've talked about what mindfulness is. Oh, thank you, Eric. Amazing show at a better place, Eric says. Yes, thank you very much. That's awesome. So we talked about what mindfulness is. And please put in the comments any ways that you guys practice mindfulness. And we would love to hear any examples that you have, but we're going to go over some here right now. I'm going to start with something Gemma sent me just to go over some points. And then we'll get into the last bit of slides. So here we have 12 ways to practice mindfulness, and we can stop and talk about a few if you would like to go over some of these, Gemma.
Yeah. So 12 ways to practice mindfulness. So spend time out in nature. So you go for a walk, go to your local park, things like that, and just notice what's around you, things like that. Practice breathing techniques, like just noticing your breathing, deep breath in, out, things like that. Check in with your emotions. So that could do with journaling, things like that, and just noticing how you're feeling. On the Discord as well, we've got something on there to just check in with how you're doing.
Yes.
Practice mindfulness, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 with your senses. Like you were just talking about with the orange and things.
Yes, that's exactly what that is. For those of you that aren't aware, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method is, 5 things you can smell, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can eat, 2 things or taste, 2 things you can touch, etc. Utilizing all 5 senses.
Yeah. And there's take a mindful walk. So that means like going for a walk, noticing what you can see, what you can smell, what you can hear, things like that. Obviously you don't have to say it out loud, but just in your head, say like, okay, there's like a red car there. I can hear a bus. I can smell like whatever, just going around noticing things as you're going. Say positive affirmations. You can actually also get apps that pop up with positive affirmations as well to help. Spend time writing in your journal. Like we always mention the good old journaling, however
There
you
it
want
is.
to do it. There, it's always there. Be it pen and paper, on an app, on a computer, whichever way works for you. Scrapbooking, anything at all. Because it's at the end of the day, it's your journal. It's personal to you. So however you want to do it. Mindfully listen to music. So that can be again, really listening to the words or listening to, like, especially if you're musically inclined, you can listen to like the beats and things, anything, just really, really listen to it. Practice yoga or stretches, draw, color, or doodle. Those adult coloring books are really good. You can actually get the mindfulness coloring books. If I can
Mm-hmm.
reach it, I actually have one. Oh, yeah. There we go. It's a positive affirmation type colouring book. There's all sorts of positive quotes in there. Loads and loads. Whoops, there we go. So that's a pretty good one. So things like that. That's literally like a mindfulness colouring in book. And then take photos, which is you don't have to have a professional camera or anything. You can use your phone, anything like
Right.
that, and just notice things. Just notice things around you. Go for a walk, like it says. Spend time in nature. Take some photos, and
Gardening.
then garden or yard work. So plant some seeds, things like that, and see. Looking after them, getting them to grow, see what they grow into. That's another good thing to do. And
Excellent.
if you're doing fruit and veg, you can also do that with the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 with your senses,
Yeah.
growing it, and you can smell it, taste it, things like that.
Don't forget that number 3 one, checking in with your emotions. We go over that a lot. You have to
Mhm.
constantly check in with yourself. I do it at least 3 to 5 times a day. That's probably still not enough. Um, but
Mhm.
you got if you're feeling off, take a minute to understand why or ask why and see if you can't come to some sort of an answer for why am I feeling this way? Or maybe you're feeling great and it's not a matter of why am I feeling great, although you can still ask why do I feel so great? Um, and just take a moment to think about all the things that you're grateful for and stuff like that. Breathing techniques goes hand in hand with the relaxation and meditation, and look at that, spending time writing in a journal. That sounds familiar. And yet again, journaling makes it into another episode of the Mental Health Hour. um, yes. So moving forward, we have 8 realistic ways you can be more mindful at work. Gemma,
Yeah, let me just bring that one up.
for all of you workaholics out there, uh, I thought this would be fun.
Yeah.
Steve, how are you? Good to see you.
So then, 8 realistic ways you can be more mindful at work. So number 1, start out early. Be conscious of your morning routine even before you leave the house. Prepare a checklist of all the tasks you have to complete in the day to be better prepared and better organized. Number 2, breathe out that stress. It's easy to feel overwhelmed under all the daily stress. One way to combat this is to focus your 5 minutes. It's to focus your 5 minutes of an hour only on your breathing. Number 3, the 90-15 rule. One major fallacy we commit: being glued to one task all day long. After every 90 minutes of conscious or continuous work, take 15-minute break. Finish all your small tasks in these 15-minute breaks. Be a unitasker. Multitasking goes against the principles of mindfulness. You are not putting in 100% to all your tasks. Rather, tackle them one at a time to see increased productivity. I can't even read that, it's a bit blur. Yeah, just increased productivity. It's not zooming, sorry.
Yes, that's a good point, uh,
Mhm.
to and something to stop and talk about for a moment. Um, we often, I know I'm guilty as charged on starting a bunch of projects and never really completing any of them. That's just ADHD to the max. Um, and it's very easy to become bored with the same
Mhm.
project, even if it's taking, especially if it's taking days to complete, or if you keep running into snags, it's a lot of times it's easier to remove yourself from that project and start something else. Well, next thing you know, you have 5 or 6 open things going. Wires are getting crossed, and you're not giving 100% to one task. You're giving 20% to 5 tasks. Uh,
Mm.
is basically what that's discussing. Um, I've kind of recently adapted this uh, last part there, the unitasker thing, since sobriety. And it is very helpful in writing a list down and then crossing things off on that list one at a time. Like if I have a bunch of stuff to get done during the day or a honey-do list from the wife, um, write it all down. That's step one for me because my brain doesn't work any other way than seeing it all in front of me. And then forcing myself to do one thing at a time and then the satisfaction of crossing that thing off the list and moving on to the next thing. That way you don't start 5 things, and when the wife gets home, there's 5 things started, but nothing's really finished. You know?
I'm so good at that, honestly. The number of
And,
things I start and don't finish.
yeah, and then you can also play in the 90-15 rule there, as we were looking at it, the 90-15 rule, which was work for 90 minutes and take a 15-minute break. So
Mm.
if one thing on my list takes me 90 minutes exactly to do, then I get 15 minutes to play video games or something. And then I'll tackle something else, etc. You got to let yourself have a break, relax,
Mm.
and slow down, as we've been saying all show. Continuing on, number 5.
Yeah. Mm. Okay, so number 5, try object meditation. Getting stuck on a problem is common. In such cases, take 5 minutes off and focus on any one object. Observe it as if you are seeing it for the first time. It provides respite to your overloaded brain. Number 6, munch mindfully. Your lunchtime or coffee break is not the time to finish up your remainder tasks. Rather, focus only on your food and nothing else to fight stress, burnout, and fatigue. Not only that, if you're rushing your food and doing stuff, it gives you terrible heartburn a lot of the time or indigestion. I've done that. Try post-it notes. I have loads of them stuck on my door so I don't
Yeah.
forget. Practicing mindfulness can take time to get used to it. Set reminders or have post-it notes on your desk to serve as a reminder to be mindful throughout the day. Keep a progress journal. Keeping a track of your progress is essential to understand the difference mindfulness brings about and to know the techniques which work best for you. Maintain a weekly journal. In the journaling again.
Yep. How about that? Journaling again. Um, so taking a look at these are all for the workplace. But I mean, again, everything can be transferred into everyday life. But just taking a moment to breathe out that stress and focus on one thing at a time. I was mentioning writing post-it notes is kind of like my list making. And then you can cross things off and be mindful of how much you've accomplished. Um, try object meditation. Um, is it always easy to do a whole meditation process while you're at work? Not really, but you can do something at your desk for 5 minutes that really
Mhm.
just, a breathing technique or something that would no one would be the wiser.
Yeah.
And you're just taking some time for you, and that's important. And keeping that progress journal. Uh, as always, we can't say enough on the show about journaling. Um, Just so important. Uh, I haven't updated on the Discord. We have a journaling ideas thing. I need to stay more on top of that. But that isn't just for us, for Gemma and I to put ideas in. If you guys out there have any great ideas for journaling, please feel free to drop it in that channel on the Discord, and we'll get into the Discord in a little bit, um, as we do at the end of all of our shows. But um, looking at all of these things and going back to this one real quick, these are just some. I would, if you feel inclined, take a screenshot of this or something, and just look at it every so often. This is just a quick something to go by. Plenty of things for the artists out there. Draw, color, doodle. Gemma showed a great coloring book there. Our good friend Melanie Fay, mom, she does broadcasts with the gel pen coloring, and just take your time to stay in the lines and color. Coloring is an amazing mindfulness technique. It sounds like something you did when you were 5, but you know what? It's still enjoyable today, right?
Yeah.
And then mindfully listening to music. Another thing we talk about a lot is music. I know, Gemma, you were touching on music
Mhm.
a bit. You ever mindfully sit and listen?
Um, I have done sometimes because some songs and things that I listen to have meaning. So really like laid there. I tend to lay down in my bed sometimes and just listen to it, or just in the chair listen to it, and just, I don't know, listen to the words and things like that. Thinking about the meaning of it, maybe what the writer was thinking when they wrote it, stuff like that.
Thinking about the meaning and trying to, if you're listening to a book on tape or even a song, um, you can try and paint that picture of what they're talking about in your mind. Close your eyes and use your mental easel, if you will, and create the landscape that is unfolding in front of you, whether it be a book, a song, etc. Um, you can also mindfully play video games. Uh, there tends to be a lot going on in some of the video games. Um, but at the same time, you could still like it. I'm a big fan of Fallout. Everybody knows that. That's my favorite, or Grand Theft Auto. But let's talk Fallout for a minute. You as you're walking through the Fallout 4 landscape or the Fallout 3 landscape or whatever, take time to take it all in. I live in the DC area, so playing Fallout 3 was incredible because it is the DC area, and they did an amazing job. Even with the metro tunnels and everything, looks so on point to what it actually is. Because I've been to DC several times, and just that verification that you're walking through and seeing what you see in real life is incredible. Now it helps that they're based in Bethesda, which is here in Maryland. So if they didn't get it right, it would be a shame. But at the same time, it's just a neat thing you can do to take it all in, slow down, stop, and utilize the senses. Um, One thing Gemma touched on a little earlier was the chronic pain. Like I said, I'm not as up to speed on that stuff as I don't live in a constant state of chronic pain. There are times when pain is an issue for me, and it does help to kind of lay down, do some relaxation. That's what I have to do, and maybe ice or heat. But at the same time, kind of meditating, relaxing. I'm not the best meditator that there ever
Yeah.
was, but again, this is a skill that you have to practice.
Yeah, it
Um,
takes practice.
and Gemma, I don't know if you can touch on anything meditation wise or yoga wise
Um, I
that
don't
you
really
have
do
touched
yoga.
on,
Yeah, I don't really do yoga because like my joints are way too lax to be able to do things like that.
or
Um,
even like relaxation techniques or
yeah,
anything.
some relaxation. I like to get some candles and things and just listen to some music, have a bit of like aromatherapy oils like the incense cones. I showed you that waterfall one, the one I got. That was pretty nice for those sort of things. And it also helps with your senses if you're relaxing and you've got like the candles and the incense to do with the smell, the sound, like the crackling of the candles, things like that. And it's just something really simple just to help you relax, but also at the same time helps you with the senses and concentrating on that. I am far from being perfect at meditation and stuff, and when I do it, I can't normally do it for long because I tend to zone off onto something else. It's trying not to do that, but I certainly do try and relax, even if it's in the bath or something,
Yeah.
anything at all.
Yes, indeed. And that's a great point. What Gemma was saying about the aromatherapy side of things.
Mhm.
It has its own. It has its own part
Yeah.
in mindfulness. This aroma side of things. I've completely neglected to mention it all episode. But yeah, that's huge to being in. So thank you, Gemma. That was a good point. Candles, incense. You can get on Amazon and purchase these, not incense things, but they're like little. I don't know what they're called. They're like humidifier type things, but they
Mhm.
um, shoot out some nice aroma into the room. And yeah, so perfect. Yes, one of those. A diffuser.
Okay.
That's the name of the damn thing. Diffuser.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, perfect. Those are wonderful to get you into the mood and help you kind of settle down.
And they have lights as well, again, to help with the senses. There's a sound it makes, like a little water dripping or something. So again, to help with your senses.
So we're gonna move on to something a little different for the show. We haven't done one of these before, but I think it is a great episode to try it out. Gemma is gonna take it away for us. She's gonna walk us through a little 5-minute mindfulness exercise called, what is it, body scan?
A body scan, yeah.
So I'm gonna give the reins
Goodness.
over to her for now, and we're all gonna. If you want to participate, please do. If not, it's not a big deal.
Mhm.
But you can always replay this back whenever you can, and
Mhm.
or on our YouTube channel, we have a on our YouTube page we have a separate channel just for guided meditations. So we invite you to
Mhm.
check those out. I try and
Yeah.
throw a couple of those on there as the
I've
day.
actually recorded some of these as well, so I'm going to
Yeah.
upload them soon.
So Gemma, it's all yours, please.
Okay. Right, this is the first time I've done it live, so please do bear with me. You don't really have to make me full screen. Look at the junk. You could have warned me.
Well,
Junk. No. I haven't tidied that, but you got to stay on. You can't go sneaking off.
all right, go for it.
Warn me if you're going to show the junk. Right. Okay. So again, obviously, only do this if you're safe to do this. Not driving or anything like that. But anyway, you want to start by making yourself comfortable. I'm gonna just get what I said I was gonna do. Dear me. Hang on. I'm gonna is that too loud? Are we good?
That's good.
Right, so start by making yourself comfortable. You're gonna sit in a chair that allows your back to be straight, but don't hold yourself stiff. Just relax back. You are also able to do this laid down or standing if you prefer. Rest your hands gently on your lap. Now start by taking 3 slow, deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth, like you're blowing out. Past your lips and blow out. Feel your stomach expand on inhale and relax on exhale. Deep breaths. Let go of the noises around you and bring your attention to inside yourself. If you get distracted, that's fine. Just notice that it happens and bring your attention back to your breathing. Now slowly bring your attention down into your feet. Feel the sensations in your feet. You might want to wiggle your toes a little. Notice what that feels like. Do you have socks or shoes on? What does that feel like on your feet? Take a deep breath in and imagine sending that breath to your feet, and then exhale. Feel it coming up through your legs, through your body, and out through your mouth. When you're ready, you're now going to take another breath in and out, bringing the focus up through your ankles, calves, knees, and thighs. Observe any sensations that you're feeling in your legs. If your mind begins to wander, gently notice this without judgment and bring your focus back to noticing the sensations in your legs. Breathe into them and out. If you notice any discomfort or pain, just notice it. Accept it without judgment. Observe how it changes moment to moment and that it's not permanent. Just allow the sensations to be in that moment. Take another deep breath in and out. Move your focus up through your legs into your lower back and pelvis. Soften and relax, releasing any tension as you breathe in and out. Move up slowly, up to your mid and upper back. Feel the sensations and be aware of any tension. Feel the sensations, anything against your back, any furniture, clothing. Take deep breaths in and out. And with the out breaths, release the tension from your back. Slowly start to move your focus into your stomach. Feel as it rising and falling with the breaths. In and out. Slowly, with the breaths in and out, move your attention to your chest. Can you feel your heart beating? Notice this, and notice how your chest rises during inhale and then falls during the exhale. Let go of any tensions and without judgment, stress. Take a deep breath in and out, slowly moving your attention now to your hands and fingertips. See if you can channel your breathing into and out of this area. Again, if your mind wanders, bring it back to your hands. Take a deep breath in and out slowly, moving back up your arms and into your shoulders. Gently raise your shoulders as you breathe in and slowly lower them as you breathe out. Do this 3 times. And as you breathe out, each time feel the tension leaving your shoulders as they get a little lighter. And on the last breath, move your focus up into your neck and then your face, head and scalp. Notice the air that goes through your nostrils as you breathe in and through your lips as you breathe out. Notice any sensations you feel, and without judgment, release them as you breathe out, releasing all the tension and stresses of the day. Breathing out. Now, slowly bring your focus back to your body as a whole, from your head down through your back, your chest, arms, pelvis, thighs, knees, ankles, and feet. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, slowly open your eyes and return your attention back to the present moment. There we go.
Very nice. Very nice. As TJ says, soothing voice for Gemma.
Oh, thank you.
So Gemma is actually, yeah, Hattie says, wow. Very
That's
nice.
the first time I've ever done it live, but I am recording, so I hope that wasn't too bad.
No, it was awesome.
Thank you.
Yes, Gemma is looking to record some of these, and hopefully she'll share them with our YouTube channel as well as her own.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and we can put those in for the Discord and such. Everybody seemed to enjoy it, so that was awesome. And thank you, Gemma. So, as a final bit of recap, what is mindfulness? Mindfulness is all about being present in the moment, utilizing all five senses, and taking time to really appreciate what's going on around you, good, bad, and different. Slowing down and really coming to terms with that. And remember, not to forget, allowing the feelings that come with it to exist without driving your actions in a negative way or whatever. We remember we can only control our reactions to situations. That's very important. Something that I certainly needed to come to terms with. And mindfulness, just like anything else, is something we need to practice daily. It's not something that just happens. It's something we need to continue to work on and continue to get better at. Daily check-ins. Huge. Allow yourself time to think about what you're feeling, how you're feeling, why you're feeling that way, and if there's anything you can do to change it, or if you even want to change it. If you enjoy the way you're feeling, there's no reason to change it. But if you're not digging the vibes currently, is there an action you can take or a step you can take to remedy, or even better, if you make the situation 5% better? It's very little, but it might be enough to get you over that hump. We're not always in a place where we're going to be happy all the time. And that's something we have to accept. But on the same token, or on the other side of the coin, how much fun would life be if everything was always happy? I think they did a Twilight Zone episode on that, where everything was always great and everything was always winning. And it wound up that the guy wound up being in hell. Take the bad with the good. Enjoy everything as it comes. Be mindful. Gemma, any parting words before we go into promotion stuff?
Not really. We've covered it all. I mean, there's so many different things you can do for mindfulness. It doesn't have to be anything long.
Yeah.
I've got a few things that I'll post in the Discord to share, including those slides and stuff, so that it can be helpful. And I've got some journal guides which actually have some mindfulness stuff on there as well. Yeah, there's loads and loads of things that you can get to help.
There it is, biolink.com. Oops, I forgot 2 slashes, but here.
Oh, I can't.
biolink.com/TMHH for all of our socials. You can find the YouTube channel on there, our website, and everything mental health hour related. Mac Miller's 30th birthday today. Thank you, Michael Joseph Murray. It's good to see all of you here as well. There's the correct. That's the correct one. Okay, let's throw it to all of our promotional stuff. We want to take a moment to thank everybody again, as we did earlier. But thank you for all the bits, all the subs, all the likes, all the follows, all the share outs, all the everything that comes with that. We do appreciate it. We appreciate all of our sponsors, as in one of them being our good friend Ella the Bunny Mom. www.mybunnyvalentine.com. Help support bunny rescues everywhere. Help support Miss Ella. She's here on the late night side of things with Twitch. Sometimes I join her. And there's all kinds of goodies, whether it be electronic stuff like this or apparel, jewelry, accessories, bags, hats, all kinds of good stuff for all of your bunny needs. And at the same time, you help Ella in her mission to rescue all the bunnies everywhere. Don't forget, tonight, Catalyst Wednesday with Jim in Chicagoland, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, and that's 8 p.m. Central. Archuary also continues on Twitch. The Creative Multiverse, hosted by Joseph Burke Arts, former guest on the show, as is Jim in Chicagoland with Catalyst tonight. We'll definitely see Jeremy Stoltz. He's live every single night here in the 10 o'clock hour Eastern Time doing Archuary, and maybe even Badger Makes joining in on the Archuary fun tonight. And then look for Ella later. She's usually on late night streaming some ukulele. So stop in and say hi to her as well. And I believe that is everything. Please stop into the bio link. Please stop by the website. And if you have any questions, as always, our DMs are all wide open. We encourage the questions, and we will get you answers as they come in. Gemma, a very lovely, mindful walk we took. Very pleased that you did that, and I thought it was great. Maybe we can do some more of those live.
I nearly bailed with the recorded one that I found, but I plucked up the courage. That was like not overthinking an example there. I was massively overthinking doing that. Just did it in the end anyway. Why not? What's the worst that can happen, eh?
What's the worst, right?
Yeah, you never know.
So perfect. All right. That being said, we'd like to thank you all. We'll send you over to a raid here shortly if you hang out for a moment. And we will see you guys next week. Don't forget to check in the YouTube for all of our TMHH moments that we're uploading. They'll be uploaded regularly on Saturdays. So we do basically a 6 to 10 minute clips of stuff we've talked about on the show for people that don't have the whole hour to give. There's shorter videos. So, all right, we're going to send you over somewhere. We'll see where. And it's great to see everybody again. Thank you. And we'll see you on the next stream. Bye.